Are you thinking about buying a used Toyota because you heard they're very reliable? Well, think again. Alright, crank it. Alright, stop. Alright, it's dead. Alright, so I got the fuel pump put in the Camry. That was the problem. And now I'm going to tell you exactly what I had to replace in this car with 178,000 miles to give you some idea if you're thinking about buying one. So first and foremost, the exhaust broke right over there. So its owner went to local Meineke or Midas and had a new one made, and then it failed safety because it was leaking. So let me see. Oh, there it is. So they didn't weld it right here, so I had to weld it. Welded it and put it back in. 6 months later, the flange started leaking. So I've decided to go buy a new one at O'Reilly's. I'll put the price over there. Installed it and it was good for about 6 months. Then it broke at the flange. So lucky for me, I took it off, took it back in, and they offered the warranty replacement. While I was there, I've decided to replace the engine mount. This engine mount keeps the engine from rocking back and forth and breaking that exhaust pipe. And while I was at it, I replaced this dog bone mount. So let's see, next was the power steering pump, which was a very unpleasant job. It's all the way over there, so it started leaking. I went to O'Reilly's, got a rebuilt unit, put it in. Took like 3 hours, and then when it was time to bleed, it didn't work. So it was like 9 p.m. dark. Decided to call it a day. Came back the next day, removed it, took it back, and bought a brand new one. Put it in, and it's been working flawlessly. So this is the part number of the power steering pump that I'm going to be putting on. N990-0270, and it's a new power steering pump. Got it at O'Reilly's. It comes with the washers and a Woodruff key. And that's what the pump looks like. Boom. So this job is kind of a pain because this car is a bad girl. Bad girl. Next, wasn't sure how much when the timing belt was replaced, so I ordered a complete kit on eBay with OEM parts. But that was December, and it got down into like 10 degrees or so for like a whole week, and I decided to wait for nicer weather. And guess what happened? The oil pump seal failed, and it started leaking oil every time the car ran. So I had no option but take it all apart and replace the timing belt, water pump, tensioner, and that oil pump seal. Put it back together. It was fine. Next week he calls me and says his belt fell off, serpentine belt. So I looked in there and the balancer was wobbly, so I removed it and that piece separated. So I had to get a new one and a new serpentine belt because it chewed it up. Got the balancer at AutoZone. Alright, so what else? So then the car refused to start one day, and I've checked everything, and it turned out there's a radio capacitor inside the distributor, and that shorted to the distributor and made the car no longer run. So I took it apart and didn't have the right capacitor, so I just clipped it, put it back together, car back to normal. Next, this intake tubing, it was cracked. It was a vacuum leak. The car was running terrible, so I had to replace it, and I've decided to go with the cheaper unit on eBay. It was like $9. That lasted about 6 months. So then I bought a more expensive one with a lifetime warranty on eBay, and that's been doing just fine. Next, the radiator failed, so it started leaking. Since you can see it's got plastic tank, so went to 1-800-radiator. I've had really good luck with that company, so replaced that. Next, the washer tank, he managed to destroy it somehow, so you can see this one's cracking too. So I bought one on eBay. Let's see what's next. Oh, heater control valve is right in there, and it's operated by a cable. That thing failed, got stuck, and he ended up destroying the handle on the climate control. So I replaced the heater control valve, and then I had to go to a salvage yard to find these. And on the Toyota Camry this year, 92 to 97, there's two different climate controls. One that's kind of hard to find, it's got two handles, and the one that is very common, it's got three handles, and they're of course a different size. While we're in the car, gauge cluster. Every Toyota fails capacitor, so it usually dies. But in this case, he called me and said, I think I'm doing like 50 miles an hour, and it says 40 miles an hour on the gauge cluster. So I took it out, checked the capacitors, and two of them were bad. So I bought some capacitors at I forgot where, DigiKey, and replaced them. That was fine. All right, next, window regulators. Had to replace the driver's side window regulator twice. First time I got it, I think, at O'Reilly's. It failed. They warranted, gave me another unit, put it in. It's been fine ever since. Let's go to the back. Power antenna. It finally stopped working, so had to go to a dealership and get one. I forgot it was pretty pricey. That lasted about 6 months. Had to remove it and go back to the dealership, and they offered it with a discount for another unit. And this one's been working just fine, but it was very easy to install. Almost forgot the other Toyota common problem. Door handle. They fail. So this one failed twice. I bought cheaper units on eBay. This one's been doing just fine. This is a heavier duty one, but as you can see, the fitment isn't great and the color is off. Let's continue. What else? All right, exhaust. Of course, the exhaust rusted out. There she is, and there was no way to replace it, so I had to get new pipe and new muffler. I got it at O'Reilly's, and it's been working pretty good. Let's see what else. All right, so next was the leaky power steering pump. Ended up destroying the sway bar bushing, and sway bar links with oil. So I had to replace those on both sides. Then, of course, he started having brake issues. So I was going to replace the rotors and the pads, but the calipers, one caliper was seized, so I had to get brand new calipers. I got them at Advanced Auto Parts. So brake pads, rotors, calipers. And then 6 months later, same thing happened in the rear. And he called me, he's like, my car is making screechy noise. I took it apart, the pads were gone. So I checked the brake calipers. They were seized, so I replaced the brake hoses, brake calipers, brake pads, and brake rotors. Alright, last but not least, we've had a windy day, and the rocket scientist decided to pop the trunk open from right in here, and I don't have to tell you what happened. The trunk swung open and bent the stinking hinges, and those are discontinued at the dealership, so I had to go to the junkyard. My buddy's gonna be happy. Found the Camry. Got a working trunk. Time to get to work. And after 2 weeks, I was able to find the Camry, and I found the hinges. I still have to do them. And let me show you what damage he did. He's lucky he didn't bust the window, but you can see there's right here. It's really sitting on the inside, and it pushed in pretty much. So there's no way to bend them back to its original shape, so needs a replacement. And let's see what else. Oh, almost forgot. Had to buy KYB struts all the way around, KYB springs, and I think Duralast springs, because KYB springs were not available at AutoZone, and that was like $600 or $700. So that about covers it. So if you're thinking about buying a used Toyota Camry, since they're known to be reliable, and their engines and transmissions are pretty reliable, unfortunately everything around the car tends to break. So there's the cost of what I've done in the last 2 years, and thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.